Welcome to Gemini School of Astrology's Advanced Parashara Nadi Astrology. So, till now we have seen about the six bhavas. In the six bhavas, we have seen individual topics on based on the bhavas, and also how to relate that, how to find out an event, and how to give predictions for a particular significators. So these kind of things we have seen in the previous classes. Now we are going to see about the seventh bhava, and especially in the seventh bhava, the marriage is the main thing, and we are going to see about the marriage in this lesson. So here in the seventh bhava, the marriage related things is the most important one, and the for the marriage, which either they ask question or they don't ask the question. First we should use the Jamakol Prasanna. The first thing is we should use the Jamakol Prasanna. So in that case what happens is we can find out the what are the thoughts of the native or the native's parents. Here, the Jamakol Prashnam clearly shows us what is the purpose of the person. So, what he is thinking in the mind, whether the marriage will happen or not, whether they come for marriage or not, whether the marriage will happen or not, whether there will be a separation in the marriage, or whether the bride is interested in the marriage or not, whether the groom is interested in the marriage or not, or if it is a love marriage, whether they are going to marry against the will of their parents. So these things and all will be clearly indicated by the Jamakot Prasanna. In this class, many of you would have learned Jamakol Prasanam already. If not, the Jamakol Prasanam's class is available in with us. You can study that Jamakol Prasanam. So here, what happens is why the Jamakol is important is the Prasanna is important is sometimes the horoscope they give might be wrong, the time might vary, or there might be a confusion because of the many factors influencing the same thing. And at that time, this Jamakol Prasanam will filter out the results for you and give the exact results to you. Why? Why? Because we are insisting on Jamakol Prasanam is we should because it gave us the confidence to stand before you and take this lesson, and gave the confidence to predict the horoscopes boldly. So here the Jamakol Prasannam was the first thing that gave us the confidence, and the next was the Nadi method, and the third was the Bhava method. So first and the foremost, the Jamakol Prasannam made us more successful with the Nadi and Bhava method. So we insist on Jamakol Prasannam, and we insist every student should know the Prasanna method to avoid the failures in the predictions. Many of our clients has said that there is something in you, or you are doing some magics in that predictions, because we have boldly said that your daughter is not interested in this marriage, and or else your in some horoscopes your son is not is in a love with a girl, and this when they come for matching two horoscopes, we have said that the matching is okay, but this will not end in a marriage. There will not the marriage will not happen. We have said this and all boldly. So they were surprised by our predictions, and they have said that there is something, there is a black magic kind of thing in you. So you are predicting exactly. So that is the reason why we insist on Jamakol Prasanna. So next for the marriage, we will be seeing the family horoscope. Here, the family horoscope is seen because the marriage is not uniting a girl and a boy. It is the merger of the family. It is uniting two families together. So at that time, we should see whether the both the families will be united or not. So, so even though if the girl or a boy is willing to marry a person, then the parents will investigate or go through the opposite person's family, whether the cultural difference between the two families will be okay or work out or not, whether this boy will support our daughter and live with our daughter without any problems throughout the life or not. So these things and all, the parents will verify and investigate and analyze the opposite person's family, and then only they will come to a conclusion. And also, if a girl if a girl is going to marry against the will of the parents, then that will be indicated by the in the parents horoscope itself. So if the parents horoscope is analyzed, we can say that whether the girl or a boy is going to marry against the will of the parents or not. So, and the next thing is, if the it will be based on the fifth bhava and the Jupiter for male and Venus for the female child. We should analyze these things and say that whether they are going to marry according to the will of the parents or against the will of the parents. For many horoscopes, we have already said that the girl will be in love with someone and marrying that person, and the girl will not marry your according to your wish, because the fifth bhava will be affected, whether a fifth bhava will be in connection with the Rahu, or and the Dasa Bhukti will happen at the same time, or the fifth bhava will be weakened and it has the aspect of the Saturn, or then the Saturn Dasa Bhukti is happening. So in that time period, the girl will not, a girl or a boy will not uh, uh, do the marriage or do the things that are uh, expected by the parents. So they will be acting against the will of the parents. So this is the main thing we should see in the family horoscope. So whenever a person approaches for their children's marriage, first thing what we do is the cast a chart for the Jamakol Prasanna, and we will write down the results accordingly. And next is the family horoscope. And the family horoscope, that is the father and mother's horoscope is given. We will analyze the horoscope. What is the status of the transit? What is the Dasha Bhukti happening? Whether the Dasha Bhukti is supporting the parents or not. So these things and all we will analyze, and then we will make a note of it. So, for example, a father had the Venus Saturn Ketu combination. So he was having a Venus Dasha also happening for him, and there was 7 years of balance in the Venus Dasha. So here, what happened is she he during this period he was arranging the marriage of the daughter. So first time she was married and she was divorced, and the second time also she was married during the same Dasha period, and then that was also in a uh, that was also in the concluded in the divorce. And the next third uh, third marriage happened during the period after the Venus Dasha, and during that time the Sun Dasha was happening. So during that period, Sun has the combination of Jupiter. It was also a positive one. So during that period, the third marriage happened, and now they have a child, and the marriage is successful, and the boy is also with the family itself and taking care of the family and the family business of that girl. So here the Saturn Ketu combination with the Venus was the main reason in the father's horoscope for this unsuccessful marriages. And once the Dasha Bhukti changed for the father, the Sun Dasha came and it was in a good combination and good position. So the third marriage was successful. Here, one thing is this: the family horoscope. Why we see is this is the main reason, because the father's Dasha Bhukti was Father's Dasa Bhukti affected the two marriages because he is arranging the marriage for the girl. If the girl would have loved someone and married against the will of the parents, the girl would have been successful. But here, the father itself is arranging the marriage. So here, this Dasha Bhukti and the planetary combination of father will work for the children. So whenever Venus Saturn Ketu combination is there, then there will be a unsuccessful woman in the life, that is either married and came back, divorced, or married and losing the uh, husband. So these kind of things will happen for a horoscope if Venus Saturn Ketu is present for a person in the family. So we should see the family horoscope first, and we should find out, that is simple to find out, that is uh, either if it is a male it is Jupiter, or female it is Venus, and if it is the first child it is the fifth bhava, and the second child it is the seventh bhava. So like that we should see, and fifth bhava lord also we should see, and the for the second child we should see the seventh bhava lord also. So like this we should see um, all these combinations and come to a prediction. So next we will be seeing the Nadi method. For this, the Mars having Saturn Ketu combination, the if the Mars has the Saturn Ketu combination in the first, then the person marriage will be delayed for some time. So after that, we should see the Jiva Karaha and the Kalastra Karaha, that is the marriage significator. So these two things we need to see. So here you might have a doubt, why should we see the Jivakaraha? Because we should see the Jivakaraha whether he is eligible for the marriage, whether his mentality is okay with the marriage, whether he has the mentality of involving himself in the family life or not, or whether he has the eligibility to marry, whether his habits and culture, his thoughts related to life is um, involved in marriage or not. So whether he is interested in marriage or not will be known by the Jivakaraka. And next the Kalastara Karaka will decide whether how will the marriage happen, how long will it take, whether it will happen immediately or not, whether those things and all will be decided by the Kalastara Karaka. That is the marriage significant. So after seeing the Jiva Karaha and the Kalastra Karaha, next thing we should see is the seventh Bhava and the seventh Bhavadipati, that is the Bhava Lord. So here we should see the seventh Bhava for marriage and marriage, and seventh Bhava and Bhavadipati for marriage related things. So we have seen the Jamakol Prasannam, family horoscope, Nadi, Jiva Karaha, Kalastra Karaha, and seventh Bhava and the seventh Bhavadipati. So these things and all we have seen. So, for example, if the Jivakaraha has the close combination of Saturn for a male, then the person will not be interested in the family life, or they might not be interested in the sexual life, and they will have behavioral what we can say is defects, and they will the brain related, the thoughts related things will be mentally disturbed, or not a stable person. He will not be a stable person. And similarly, if the Venus and Saturn are in close conjunction, how close it is, then if it is too close, then they will be a widow, or they will be divorced, or they will not be interested in marriage. So these kind of things might happen. We have seen this in many horoscopes also. That too, one important thing is only the Venus and Saturn should be in combination. No other planet should come in the next to the Saturn. So then only you should decide that this predictions and all, whether they will be widow or divorced, or will not be living with the partner. So these kind of things can be decided only if Saturn is alone with the Venus. Next is, if Jivakarha has the combination of Ketu, then they will easily break from the family life, or easily break from the partners. the Ketu is always meant for the separation. So if there is Ketu in close combination with the Jiva Karaka, then they will separate easily from their partners. So we should consider this also. Next is, in while seeing the Jiva Karaka, we should also consider the another thing in the horoscope of the male and female. That is the first bhava and the first bhavadipati. This is used to describe the lifestyle of that person, character of that person, behaviors of that person, whether he is a drunkard, whether he is in affair with many people, or whether he has disease or not, whether he is in love with someone. So these kind of things will be expressed by the first bhava and the first bhavadipati. So we should see this in addition. So, after seeing the Jiva Karaha and the first Bhava Bhavadipati, then we should see the seventh Bhava very uh, microscopically. When the seventh Bhava has the combination of Saturn, then naturally the person's marriage will be delayed. So, we should not only the conjunction of the Saturn, if the aspect, special aspect of the Saturn is also there for the seventh bhava, then that will also delay the marriage. Similarly, if the seventh bhava lord, bhavadipati, is also having the conjunction or the special aspect falls on that planet, then that person will also have the marriage delayed. So this is the reason for the delayed marriage based on the seventh bhava. So after these four things, next thing we should see is the Dasha Bhukti and the Kochara, that is the transit. So the after seeing these and all, we will be predicting the marriage. When will it happen? Whether will it be delayed or it will be quick? What kind of a girl or a boy will come as the life partner? So these things and all we will be deciding. Not only that, whether this marriage will happen successfully or whether it will be interrupted before the marriage itself, or there will be separation after the marriage, or whether the girl will be interested or not, whether the girl, what kind of a girl will come for this boy, and what are the characteristics of that girl. So these things and all will be decided based on these five um, analysis. So Jamakol, family horoscope. The third one is the Nadi, Jivakaraha, Kalastakaraha. With that first Bhava and Bhavadipati. Fourth is the seventh Bhava and the seventh Bhavadipati. And fifth is the Dasha Bhukti and the transit of the particular horoscope. So in the first place, if the Jamakol, we should check whether the Jamakol Prasanna is supporting the marriage or not. If the uh, moon is approaching towards the Udaya, or Venus is approaching towards the Udaya, or the Kalastra Karaka is approaching towards the Udaya, or the seventh Bhavalad is approaching towards the Udaya, and with this, there should not be any Kavipu in the seventh place. So, in that case, we can say that they are ready for the marriage. So, we should see this and decide whether the person is ready for the marriage or not. So the next thing is the family horoscope. In the family parents horoscope, whether the father is eligible, father's the in the father's horoscope, whether the planets that are representing the children are in a good combination, whether it is the benefic or malefic. Based on that, we will decide that whether this father is eligible to decide the marriage of the child or not. These things and all will be decided. So, if it is in a good condition, then this parent will be in the front of the marriage and will be engaging the persons into the marriage. So, that will be decided based on the family horoscope. So, here, next is the combination of the Jivakaraha. So Jivakaraha, first Bhava and first Bhavadipati. So here there are three things which will work for which will work for the native. So here what we do is the whichever has the highest percentage. That is the if the first Bhavadipati has the Jupiter and it is almost 90 percentage, then the Jivakaraha Jupiter has Saturn very in low percentage, that is 30, then the first Bhava will work the most. So based on that, we are going to decide which will work for the particular horoscope. So this is based on the Jivakaraha first Bhava, first Bhavadipati. Next is the Kalasthrakaraha seventh Bhava and seventh Bhavadipati. So based on the seventh Bhava, seventh Bhavadipati, we are going to decide what kind of a life partner he is going to get, whether the life partner is going to be adjustable or he is going to be beautiful or he is going to be where he is going to be come from. So these things and all we are going to decide. If Jupiter or Venus or in the combination of the seventh bhava or seventh bhavadipati, then in that case the person will get a good life partner. At the same time, we should also see the Kalasthara Karaha, that is the marriage significator. So if any of these has the Jupiter combination, then he is going to get a good adjustable uh, uh, life partner. If Sun, he is going to get a good life partner. If it is Venus, he is going to get a good life partner. If it is Mercury, he is going to get a very intelligent life partner. If it is Moon, then he is going to be a caring life partner. And so like this, we can say for male as well as the female. So to analyze the characteristics, mentality, and the willingness of the native in marriage based on the Jivakaraka, first Bhava and first Bhavadipati. Likewise, we are going to decide when he will get married, how he will get married, what kind of life partner he is going to get. These things and all will be decided based on the Kalastara Karaka, 7th Bhava and 7th Bhavadipati. So, these are the three factors that is going to decide the life partner. So, in that, first factor is the Kalasthara Karaha. That will be the main factor here. Next to it is the seventh Bhava and the next is the seventh Bhavadipati. So, for example, if the Venus has the combination of Jupiter and the seventh Bhava has the combination of Ketu and seventh Bhavadipati is in contact with the malefic Bhavas like sixth, that is the 12th to the seventh Bhava. So in this case, what happens is the person will be given opportunity to marry, but he will not be able to enjoy the marriage life. There will be lot of problems in the marriage life. Like this, we should see the Kalastara Karaka first, seventh Bhava and seventh Bhava Adhipati in this order. So if we say the Venus, the Kalastara Karaka for the male has the combination of Saturn and Ketu, and it does not permit the marriage. So here Kalasthara Karaka itself is obstructing the marriage, so the marriage will be delayed. So here, even though if the seventh Bhava and Bhavadipati are in a strong connection, like Jupiter, Venus are in connection, and the seventh Bhavadipati is in good position, it will not permit until the Kalasthara Karaka permits the marriage. So but here the natal Kalasthrakara combination will not change. So when will the marriage happen? In that case, if the seventh bhava has a strong uh, benefic connection, then the when the dasha bhukti of that benefic planet happens, the marriage will be happening. So here, even though Kalastara Karaha obstructs, there will be a delay. But when there is a strong connection of the benefic planets to the seventh bhava, and the seventh bhavadipati is in a good position during the Dashabhukti period of the benefic planet or the seventh bhavadipati, the marriage will happen. So, like this, we should analyze. So even though if the Kalastra Karaka is also in a bad combination, that is a malefic combination, and seventh Bhava also has the malefic combination, but seventh Bhavadibadi is alone having a good position and combination, then in that case the marriage will be delayed, and the life partner having the characteristics of the planet that is connected to the Kalastra Karaka and the seventh Bhava will be coming as the life partner. And the seventh Bhavadipati, since the seventh Bhavadipati is good, even though there are negative things with the life partner, the person will manage to live a peaceful life with the life partner till the end because of the seventh Bhavadipati. Like this, we should have the calculations from one by one. That is, first is the Kalastrakaraka, seventh Bhava, and Bhavadipati. So we should use these combinations and we should use these steps to find out how the marriage, when is the marriage permitted, when will the marriage happen. If the marriage is not permitted, next the seventh Bhava. If the seventh Bhava is good, next is the seventh Bhavadipati. So like that, we should see for the seventh Kalastra Karaka, seventh Bhava, and seventh Bhavadi step by step. So here we can say that the Kalastra Karaka is the birth bone, the seventh Bhavadipati is the inner connection, and the seventh Bhava is the inner connection, and seventh Bhavadipati is the outer connection. So here we should see all these other when will. But when all these are good or all these are bad, and we might have a confusion at that time. So here the closeness to the that is the percentage, whichever is higher in the percentage, that will give the most of the results. So, but the systematic way of approach is Kalastrakaraka, seventh Bhava, and seventh Bhavadipati. But when everything comes in the same, then we should see that which has the highest percentage. So, in that case, if the seventh Bhava has the highest case, it will dominate over the other two. So, like that, we should understand. So, after seeing this, the seventh bhava, Kalastra Karhan, Kalastra seventh bhava adhipati, next we should come to the Dasabhukti. We should see that whether the Dasabhukti is not a malefic dasa for the Kalastra Karaha. So that we should analyze. If the malefic bhava, malefic dasa bhukti is happening for the Kalastra Karaha, then that will be delaying the marriage, and during that dasa bhukti period, the marriage will not happen. And also, if the dasha bhukti is happening from the uh, unsupportive bhavas to the seventh bhava, that is, few bhava, sixth bhava, fourth, tenth are not supportive to the seventh bhava. So, if the dasha bhukti is happening from that particular bhava, then during the dasha bhukti period, the marriage will not be happening. So, we should analyze the dasha bhukti also, whether it is supportive to the kalastra karaka and also supportive to the seventh bhava also. So, then only we can predict the marriage during the particular period. So, next is the transit. So here, if the transit Ketu or Saturn comes in the contact with the seventh bhava or the seventh bhavadipati, then the marriage will not happen during the particular time. Even though Kalastra Karaka permits and also seventh seventh the Kalastra Karaka seventh bhava bhavadipati permits and Dasha Bhukti also permits. If the transit is obstructing the marriage, then it will be a obstruction till the transit passes through the particular bhava, that is the seventh bhava, and the moves away from the seventh bhavadipati. So Saturn and Ketu should not come in contact with the seventh bhava or seventh bhavadipati. If it is not there, then it is good for marriage. So based on the Nadi, the for the male, the Venus should not come in conjunction with the Ketu. The seventh bhava should not come in conjunction with the transit Ketu, and also the seventh bhava lord should not come in conjunction with the Ketu. Similarly, for the female horoscope, the Mars should not come in conjunction with the Ketu, seventh bhava should not come in conjunction with Ketu, and the seventh bhavadibadi also should not be in conjunction with the transit Ketu. So these are all the transit conditions. And next is the Saturn. So if the Saturn is the transit Saturn is in connection with the it's is aspecting the Kalastra Karaka, that is Venus for the male and the Mars for the female, and the seventh bhava or the seventh bhavadipati, then the marriage will not happen during the particular period. So once it leaves the aspect of the it if the when the transit Saturn moves away from the aspect of these planet and bhava, then the marriage will happen. So the majorly the other planets and all will only slightly delay or modify or do some changes in the marriage, but the Saturn and Ketu are the only thing that will be obstructing the marriage. So we should be careful when deciding the marriage period. We should analyze all these points together and decide the marriage for a person. So, so let us look at these rules which we have discussed in a shortly. So first we are going to cast a Jamakol Prasanna that will indicate whether the person is ready for the marriage, whether he is interested in marriage or not, whether he is in love or not, whether the male horoscope, male family, that is the bride's family is ready or not, interested or the groom's family is interested or not, or will this marriage happen or not, whether it will be a happy marriage or not. So these things and all will be indicated by the Jamakol Prasanna. Next is the family horoscope. Based on this, whether the parents' horoscope is permitting or supporting the life of the children or not, whether the children will marry based on the will of the parents or not. So these things and all can be decided. And next is the Mars Saturn Ketu combination. If there is no Mars Saturn Ketu combination, then we can say that they will uh, find out the life partner quickly. There will not be any delay in finding the life partner. Next is the Jiva Karaka, first Bhava and first Bhavadipati. So this will decide whether the person is fit for the marriage or whether he is mentally ready for the marriage, whether he is going to enjoy the marriage, how he is going to enjoy the marriage life. These things and all will be decided based their longevity, their interest in marriage. So these things and all will be decided based on the Jiva Karaka, first Bhava and first Bhavadipati. Next is the Kalastra Karaka, seventh Bhava and seventh Bhavadipati. So this will be deciding what kind of a life partner he is going to get, what is the character of the life partner, where he is going to come from, what is the culture of that person. Will there be difference in the culture, or they will there be they will be how they will be leading the life. So these things and all will be decided based on the Kalastra Karaka, seventh Bhava and seventh Bhavadipati. This will decide the uh, uh, life partner of the person. So, after seeing the Kalastra Karaha and the seventh Bhava Bhavadipati, next we should see the Dasha Bhukti. Whether the current Dasha Bhukti is supportive for the marriage or not, based on the Nadi method and also on the based on the Bhava method. So, if if the Dasha Bhukti is supportive for the Kalastra Karaha, next we should see whether the Dasha Bhukti is supportive for the seventh Bhava or not. So, here the seventh Bhava, if the Bhavas, if the Dasha Bhukti happens from the Bhavas that are not supportive to the seventh Bhava, then it will obstruct the marriage. So, what happens is if the Bhavas that are uh, that is the not supportive to the seventh bhava or the sixth, 10th, and the second bhava, and also the fourth and the 12th bhava. So these bhavas will not support the seventh bhava. So if the dasha bhukti is happening from that particular bhava, then we should we will not be able to go get into the marriage. And next is the seventh bhavadipati. If, for example, if the seventh Bhavadipati has the combination of Saturn and Ketu, Then if the bhukti of Saturn or Ketu is happening, or the bhukti of the seventh Bhavadipati is happening, then this will not permit the marriage during that bhukti. So we should also consider the seventh Bhavadipati's support to the dasha also. So in this case, we should see all the Nadi, Bhava and Bhavadipati for the support of the dasha bhukti. Next is the transit. So if the Kalastara Karaha or the seventh Bhava or the seventh Bhavadipati comes in conjunction with the Jupiter or Saturn, or the Kalastara Bhava and Bhavadipati has the aspect of the Jupiter, and during this period the marriage will happen. Even the Dasha Bhukti did not permit, but the transit will permit the uh, marriage and it will happen. So, like this, we should analyze all these things and come to a conclusion regarding the marriage. It might seem for you like it's we need to analyze many things together and come to one conclusion. But when you see more charts regarding marriage continuously, then you will automatically your eyes will go to the each and every horoscope, each and every point that we have discussed, and you will after going through 10 20 horoscopes continuously, you will be able to easily predict the marriage related things like a experienced guy. So you should practice. The practice will bring you the attention there. So what are all the things we should see? So those things and all will come in the practice. We can see an example chart. So this is a male horoscope, and we have seen the Jamakol Prasanna and the parents horoscope also. So next to that, we can see the native's horoscope. So he is a Aries ascendant, and the Venus is in the 12th bhava, the moon is in the 7th bhava, and the Saturn and Mars are in the 3rd bhava, the Ketu is in the 2nd bhava, the Rahu is in the 8th bhava, and Jupiter in the 11th bhava. So first in the uh, uh, for the marriage in a male horoscope, we will be seeing and the Sun and the Mercury are in the first bhava itself. And for the marriage, we are going to see for a male horoscope is the Kalastrakaraha. So here the Kalastrakaraha is the Venus, and it is in combination with the Rahu. So next thing we should see is the seventh bhava. The seventh bhava has the combination of Saturn, Mercury, Moon, and Jupiter. So here the seventh bhava, since there is a Mars and Mercury parivardhana, here Saturn, Mercury, Moon, and Jupiter are in combination. And the seventh bhavadipati is the Venus. So Venus also again has the Rahu combination. So this is the basic things we are going to analyze. So for the marriage, we are going to see the Kalastara Karaka. So here Venus has the combination of Rahu. So here the Rahu is in combination. So the person might come from the other state or other country. So like that we should consider, or in the other culture. So there might be cultural differences between language differences, and the habit difference will be there between the native and the life partner. So that is decided based on the Venus Rahu combination. Here, next is the seventh bhava. The seventh bhava has the combination of Saturn, Mercury, Moon, and Jupiter. Here, the Saturn comes as the main planet, Mercury, Moon, Jupiter comes as the subplanet. Even though they are subplanet, they are a standard planet. So, this are not a they are good in percentage, and also has the subplanets. And next is the seventh Bhavalot. Here the seventh Bhavalot has the Venus, and the Venus has the combination of Rahu. So if we see the distance between the Venus and Rahu and the seventh Bhava and Saturn, here the seventh Bhava and Saturn has the close combination than the Venus Rahu. So here obviously the Saturn will work more or dominate Rahu in the marriage related thing. So what happens is here the native might get a poor life partner, or the life partner who is working, or the family that is economically little bit weaker. So that kind of life partner he will be getting. But the Saturn will indicate the delay in the marriage, even though it gives, but there will be a delay in the marriage because of the Saturn. So here, even though Saturn delays the marriage, the Mercury, Moon, and Jupiter comes as the subplanets, and it is since the Jupiter is aspecting the seventh bhava. Here, the Jupiter will give a good marriage life. Even though it is delayed, it will be a good marriage life. So, if the seventh bhava does not have any combinations other than the Saturn, then the life will be a failure for the person. So, here since the Jupiter is present, the life will be good for the person even though it is delayed. So, since the person is born in the Rahu Dasha, he might have a 4 years balance in the Rahu Dasha and 16 years in the Jupiter Dasha. That will complete around 20 years. And next is the Saturn Dasha. Though that Dasha will be happening during the marriage period. So after the 20 years, the for 19 years, the Dasha of Saturn will be happening. So what happens here is the even though the the Saturn, this period will be critical for the person to marriage. It will not support the marriage, but this might give him a lazy wife or a working wife or a poor wife. So these their family might be poor. So these kind of things will be seen. Even though Saturn delays the marriage, the Saturn has the aspect of the Jupiter. So the uh, as per the lordship, it will not affect the characteristics of uh, the life partner, but it will be delayed, but it will not affect the marriage. So in the Saturn Dasa, the first bhukti is the Saturn bhukti. So that is not supportive for the marriage. And next is the Mercury bhukti. Mercury is the lord of the sixth house, and it will also not support the marriage. And next is the Kedu bhukti. Kedu, if you see, it is in the eighth to the seventh bhava, and it will not also not support the marriage. And next is the Venus Bhukti. Venus is in the 12th house and the Dasa. If the Bhukti happens, then it will also not support the marriage. Next is the Sun Bhukti. Now, so here Sun is in the 7th to the 7th house and it is the Lord of the 11th house. So it will support the marriage. So during this period, the person will be married. So during this bhukti, the Jupiter will be in the sixth bhava, aspecting the Venus, and also the Saturn is in the fourth bhava, aspecting the Venus. So during this period, the marriage will happen. At this time, which month means when the Sun enters into the eighth bhava, during that period, the marriage will happen. And if we want to find out the day, or the month, the sun will be in the trine to the Venus. So during that month only the marriage might happen. And also if the while the day, if we want to decide the day, then the moon while entering the Pisces sign, then it will be the day in which the marriage will happen. and for the time during the Scorpio Lagna only the marriage will be happening. So this is the findings of this. So during this period, the Rahu and Ketu did not come in the transit position, that is malefic transit position. So during this period, the marriage happened for the native. So this is how we are going to decide, and we are going to step by step analyze the horoscope and decide the marriage related factors. So you should practice this for more than 10 or 20 horoscopes so that it will be easy for you to analyze when it comes practically to the client horoscope. So we can define the rules in this video, and you can study these rules and all. But when you go and practically see many horoscopes and apply these rules in many horoscopes, then only you will be able to quickly predict the marriage or anything, any individual topic. If you want to predict, you should be able to apply the rules immediately. So for that, you should practice and practice more and more example charts, and then only you will be able to apply the rules and the logics behind the predictions exactly during exactly when you are predicting the clients. So here the first thing is the Kalastara Karaha. When comes into combination with the Saturn and Ketu, then we can say there will be delay in the marriage. So if the Saturn Dasa or Ketu Dasa Bhukti is Saturn Dasa Bhukti or Ketu Dasa Bhukti is happening, then that will also not permit the marriage. If the Saturn or Ketu is linked to the 2, 6 and 10th bhava, then if the Dasa Bhukti happens, then during that period also the marriage will not happen. So next is the seventh bhava. If the seventh bhava has the Saturn Ketu combination, then it will also obstruct the marriage. Then, if the moon comes in connection with the seventh bhava after Saturn and Ketu, or Mercury comes as the connection with the Saturn and Ketu, or Mars comes as the connection with the Saturn and Ketu, then it will also be malefic to the bhava. And the Jupiter is the only planet that will be always good for the marriage related things. Next to the Jupiter, Venus is also a benefic planet to the marriage. So here these two, Jupiter and Venus, are the only malefic planets throughout all the time. So if these auspicious planets like Jupiter and Venus are in combination with the Kalastara Karaha, that is the marriage significator, or with the seventh bhava, or with the seventh bhava lord, that will give a good marriage life to the person. So this is the only auspicious planets that will support the marriage to the full. So if Saturn and Ketu comes in combination and then the Mercury, then there will be break in the marriage and there will be a second marriage, chance for the second marriage. And if the moon comes also, then there will be break in the marriage and they will move into the next marriage life. And when the Mars comes into the picture after the Saturn and Ketu, then there will be break, there will be quarrel, there will be disputes, there will be separations, there will be fight between the life partners in after the marriage. So this will also lead to the separation. So next is the sun. The sun is also, when the sun comes in combination, then we can say that the life partner will be very straightforward, very obedient, very uh, neat and clean, will be good in the character wise. And next is the Rahu. When Rahu comes as the life partner, even though it will be a love marriage or a intercaste marriage or a intercultural marriage, so it will happen, but there won't be any problem between the husband and wife. But they might get some diseases or from health issues like that, but there won't be any uh, dispute between the husband and wife. If the seventh bhava, if the Rahu is in the seventh bhava, then there might be they will be marrying a outsider. Even though if the parents, it is an arranged marriage by the parents, then the culture of the two families will be different. Their habits will be different. So these kind of differences will be seen if the Rahu is present in the seventh bhava or seventh bhava combination. So even though the Rahu, they have cultural differences, they might have some accidents or health issues, but their understanding between each others will not be compromised. They will be more understanding and will be very close to each other. And the only thing is that Saturn, Ketu, Mars will be the problems in the marriage, and Mercury and Moon will lead to the secondary relationships, and Sun also sometimes will lead to the second, that is the extramarital affairs. So Moon, Mercury, Moon and Sun will lead to the extramarital affairs after the marriage if it comes into the picture. For Sun alone, we should decide based on the bhava. But here, the Jupiter and Venus will give a good life partner and a good life marriage life to the native. And if the Mercury and Moon are in combination with the seventh bhava, along with the benefic planets like Jupiter, Venus, so then they they will get a very clever and intelligent wife or a life partner due to Mercury, and a caring and a very attentive and caring life partner if the Moon has the benefic or the auspicious planet combinations. So once again, if the Jupiter Venus comes as the combination, then they will get a good and a very a good quality life partner. And if Mercury with Jupiter or Venus, so the auspicious planet combination will give a clever and intelligent life partner. And if Moon has the combination of Jupiter, Moon with the combination of Jupiter and Venus will give the uh, caring and attentive life partner. So like this, we can differentiate the life partner's characters based on the combination of the Kalastra Karaka, seventh bhava and seventh bhava lord. So next we can look into the Dasha Bhukti. So here the Dasha Bhukti of the 2, 6, 10, 4 and the 12th bhava should not happen during the period of the marriage. And if Venus has the combination of Saturn and Ketu for male, and the Mars has the combination of Saturn and Ketu for the female, if the Dasha Bhukti of the Venus happens, then it will also obstruct the marriage because it has the Saturn and Ketu in combination. If the Saturn's Dasha Bhukti is also happening, then it will also not support the. So here the Venus Dasha, Mars Dasha, Saturn, Ketu, Dasha and Bhukti both might obstruct or delay the marriage during that period. So here the Dasha Bhukti should not happen from the 2, 6, 10, 4 and the 12th bhava, and also the Saturn Ketu if it is in the combination with the Kalastra Karaha, and if the Kalastra Karaha Dasha Bhukti or the Saturn Ketu Dasha Bhukti is happening, that will also obstruct the marriage. And here if you have any doubts whether to see the Dasha or Bhukti, here we should give importance to the Bhukti only. So if even though if the Dasha is obstructing, if the Bhukti supports strongly, then the marriage will be given during that Bhukti period. If the marriage, if the Dasha is obstructing very worstly, then only the marriage will not be will not be supported by the Bhukti. So for the here we should see the Bhukti only for the marriage related things, because it is going to happen sooner. So during the time period, they will be coming to they will be approaching us for the marriage. At that time, we should see the bhukti only, whether the bhukti supports or not. we can see the Antardasha, that is only if the event is going to take place in few months, 1 or 2 months, then we should consider the Andhra also. For example, if the Saturn, Venus has the Saturn combination and Venus has the Ketu combination, and during it, if the combination is very closer, that is in very high in percentage, and it is also in connection with the 2, 6 and the 10th bhava, then it will be obstructing the marriage. So here we should also see the closeness to that Kalasthrakaraha, and also the combination of that particular dasha with the 2, 6 and the 10th bhava. So next we are going to see which are all the dasha bhuktis that are going to support the. So next is the bhava that will support the marriage. That is 1, 3, 5, 7 and the 11th bhava will definitely support the marriage, and the 8th bhava alone, if it has the benefic combinations or benefic aspects, then it will support the marriage. Next is the transit. So we should see the transit also for the marriage period. So in this time, Ketu should not transit in the 3, 7 and the 11th bhava. So this we should see based on the degree. So it should not it should cross the degree of the particular bhava, then only the marriage will be happening. For example, for a native, if the 7th bhava is in 28 degree in the Scorpio sign, and the Ketu is transiting in the Scorpio sign and it is in 29 degrees. So it should move 2 degrees, that is 1 degree to the 7th bhava and 1 degree apart from the 7th bhava. So it should move 2 degrees apart from the 7th bhava, 1 degree apart from 7th bhava. So totally 2 degrees. It will take around 36 days to move from the 7th bhava. So that is the time period that will be up during this 36 days. The marriage will not happen for the native. And here the uh, so here the 7th bhava is the 5 degrees of the Scorpio sign, and also the Ketu is in the 29 degrees. So in this case what happens is the Ketu will take around 1 year to cross the 7th bhava. So during this 1 year the marriage will not happen for the native. It will be obstructed or delayed during this period. At the same time, the Saturn should not aspect the 7th bhava. So that is the only thing you should see. For the other bhavas, it is not a problem. Saturn should not aspect the 7th bhava alone. So it will, if it aspects, it will not allow the marriage during the period. So the 7th bhava should come out of the aspect of the transit Saturn. Then only the marriage will be allowed by the transit. So here the Ketu should not come in conjunction with the 3, 7 and the 11th bhava, and Saturn should not aspect the 7th bhava. So these things and all should be seen based on the degree, and then only we will be able to predict the exact timing of the marriage. And also not only this, the 7th bhava, the Dasha Bhukti support the 7th bhava. If the Dasha Bhukti that is not supportive to the 7th bhava is happening, then it will also delay the marriage. And after that, we should, if the Saturn or Jupiter comes in contact with the Kalastrakaraha or the 7th Bhavadipati, then we can say that the marriage will be happening because of this Saturn and Jupiter coming in conjunction with the Kalastrakaraha or the 7th Bhavadipati. And sometimes if the 7th Bhava is aspected by the Jupiter, it will give the marriage. But if the 7th Bhava is aspected by Saturn, that will delay the marriage. So here, when it comes to the Bhava, the 7th Bhava, then the Saturn will become a malefic one and Jupiter will be a benefic one. So the seventh Bhava Lord should combine with the Saturn in 159. Then only the marriage will be permitted. If it aspects the seventh Bhava, then it will be a delay. There will be a delay in the marriage. Next is the matching. So you will be asking if we have decided everything for the individual horoscope. How to match the horoscopes based on this method? So first we should see the um, birth bone of the male horoscope, and next we should see whether the girl has the capacity to cooperate with the male or not. So like this, if they are both are able to cooperate with each other, then we can come to the conclusion that these horoscopes are matching. For example, we have seen the um, Jamakol Prasanna for we should first cast the Jamakol Prasanna for the marriage matching. After that, we should see the birth bone based on the Jivakaraha, Lagna and the Lagnadipati. And next is the Kalastara Karaha, that is the marriage birth bone, that is the Kalastara Karaha, 7th Bhava and the 7th Bhavadipati. So, in this case, all are okay when we can come to a conclusion that this person will be having a good marriage. Then we should see the, for example, we can say that the person has the Lagna combination of the Sun or the Mars. So in this case, this person will be expecting to be very honest, very clean, very straightforward. So these kind of characters can be seen in the native. So here the Venus, Sun and the Mars will expect the characters of living very honestly, should be sincere, should be committed, should be straightforward. So these kind of characters will be seen and expected by the male. So if the seventh bhava has the Jupiter combination, then this person will surely get a life partner with the characteristics of the Jupiter. So this is the condition. So when we see for a girl horoscope, then if the girl's Lagna has the combination of Saturn or Rahu, then this girl will not be able to live with this boy. So when these two horoscopes are matched together and they are entering into the marriage, that will give a separation. So we should not allow these two types of horoscopes to match together or get into marriage. So here the 10 matchings, 10 star matchings, and the Dasa Sandhi matchings and the other matchings and all are not at all required, because the character of the two horoscopes should be matched, and if the male has the negative in the seventh bhava, then the girl should have a negative, or the girl's family will have a negative. So we should match that kind of horoscopes. So here, even though if these are seen and they, if we are seeing all these and getting into the marriage, then that will be good for the girl and the boy to adjust each other in the marriage life. So we should decide the boy's character and girl's character. What is the seventh bhava and the kalastra karka boon for the boy and the girl, and also what is the longevity of the boy, what is the longevity of the girl, and the health of the girl and the boy, and the capacity of the girl and the boy having a child. So these kind of things, if we match together and give them a approval for the marriage, then that marriage will be successful. So we should decide based on this only. So in this video, we have seen all the logics and the rules that we need to follow during the prediction of the marriage and matching the two horoscopes during the marriage. So thank you. We can see in the next video. Thank you for watching the video.